Hey guys, it's Marissa from Grow in the Flow. How is everybody doing? I hope you are well. I have missed having an opportunity to come on here and provide some collective messages, to tune into the energies. And I figured there's so much going on right now. I was going to hop on real quick here with my December altar setup here. It was fun to get out some of my props from last year, and among them are my nesting boxes here. So I have a couple little goodies in the box here that I wanted to use today to bring forward some collective messages. So we kind of have like a triple effect going on here because yes, it's December 3rd. It's a new month. So I like to look at the energies coming in for the month ahead, beginning, middle, and end. It's the weekend. So I like to look at the energies that we have ahead of us for the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And it is a very, very powerful new moon in Sagittarius. It is a total solar eclipse and it's happening now. Those energies will be ongoing December 3rd and 4th, depending on where you are in the world. So this is an incredibly powerful time for manifesting new, for setting intentions, and especially so because of that eclipse energy, which we'll talk a little bit as we go. So, of course, when we're picking a gift, which one are we going to pick? We're going to pick the big one. We want to know what's in the big box, right? So let's go ahead and take a look in the big box. I have the gorgeous Queen of the Moon Oracle. So we're going to go ahead and consult the Queen of the Moon Oracle for some energies in and around this new moon total solar eclipse. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle and just kind of talk a little bit about the energies around this new moon, setting the intention that we're looking for guidance on what we need to know about this cycle that we're coming through, highest and best guidance for manifesting the new, and what we might expect on the other side. So this is the final eclipse of this season, and it is ending a cycle that began in May of 2020. So we're actually looking at energies and aspects that were happening in our lives collectively and individually around that time of May 2020, and over the past 18 months or so, what has been unfolding for you. And there are cycles here that have come to completion, that are coming to fruition now with this total solar eclipse. So thinking about that, I know I've made some pretty cool connections for myself of where I was at that time and where I have come, and the growing pains and all of the things that we've experienced through this entire cycle. Thinking about that as you step into this energy and look to manifest the new. So let's go ahead and get a couple of cards from here. And then I'm going to bring in each of my gifts and pull the cards together, and then we'll reveal. So set those aside, and we're going to go here to this gift. And in this box, I have I'm so excited about this because I didn't get to work with this one as much last season. The Winter Weight Tarot. This is so fun. I can't wait to play with it this season. So the Winter Weight Tarot is gorgeous. It is based on the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, but you will see it has a very fun, festive flair. So we're going to get some guidance here in and around the month ahead of December, and also some weekend energies. So I'm going to be kind of reading everything together, telling a story, but I'm layering it here to sort of focus on these different areas that we have at play. So let's get some energies for the month ahead. And I'm going to go ahead and pull actually 3 cards for the weekend as well. Okay. And of course, with our collective readings, we know that with collective energy, some aspects will resonate more than others, and you are welcome to take what resonates and leave the rest. So let's go ahead and flip these over to see what we have coming up. Stick that up. Okay, perfect. Okay, so first of all, with the ooh, wow. A lot of powerful energy this month. Let's just look here at the moon energies first. So we have here energy that's been coming in. And yes, there's very much like a portal energy that has been coming in around this period of time. So this May 2020 all the way through now, we've had this season of this cycle of eclipses, and what eclipses do to bring in really honing in our ability to get clear on things, to reveal things, to show things out of shadow, to bring things out of shadow. So, so many things have happened and continue to happen that we could call unexpected, because it's very hard these days to plan in the way that we are accustomed to being able to plan and kind of knowing what to expect. Just the nature of the times that we are in, and how there's definitely been some unexpected, unusual things that perhaps we could have never seen coming, that have opened the door to new awarenesses and shed light on things in ways that were very unexpected. So, and there's also been a lot of reflecting and mirroring that's gone on within all of our relationships of all kinds. So I do think that this new moon is culminating, the walking through, the stepping through into this gateway that we are now moving into beyond this new moon, beyond this year into 2022. So, I'm seeing that here with our best advice, because we're in this elevated position of assessing and taking the time out to see things from a higher perspective. And I like the hot air balloon energy because it is about sort of becoming more aerodynamic by lightening our load. What makes that hot air balloon float is that the flame, the fire that fuels it underneath, but that whole, image of dropping the sandbags over the side to allow the hot air balloon to become lighter and lighter and ascend up higher and higher. There has been this ongoing process of shedding, of releasing, of letting go of things that are no longer serving us, the people, places, and things that are no longer serving us. And we're transcending that in a way where there's an opportunity now to see things from a much higher vantage point. So, best advice for us to manifest the new is to really get clear on the big picture. And I think that includes, too, taking some time to assess the journey that you have taken to get here. Because when you look back at May 2020 and that time period, what were you trying to bring in? Where were you at energetically? Where were you at physically, spiritually, all the things, to say, look at how far I have come. And let me think back to that thing and how I saw it then and how I see it now, and sort of taking some inventory assessment on the progress report thus far, and then what do you take from all of that in order to move forward into the new. Now, when we have what's beyond this new moon, we have the darkness card. And I've been seeing this a lot in my private client readings, is that this winter is really going to be a period of going within, of stillness, of again, assessing, of clearing and shedding and reflecting. There's shadow work that's available as well to illuminate the path, but it's some downtime, the long, dark night, this idea as we move into solstice and beyond, like just really getting to a place where things are going to start popping in the spring. I'm definitely been getting the spring energy of things beginning to come into light, and the path being illuminated into the spring. But the winter that's ahead is one that is going to require, some reflective time, some downtime, some shadow work, and beyond. So let's take a look at how that correlates with our month ahead reading and the weekend. All right, well, so for the month ahead, it's major because we have 3 major cards. We have the High Priestess, the Tower, and Judgment. So again, I always like to clarify, nothing to fear here, okay? This is about major upheavals and transformational energy that's coming in to create new foundations. And this is something that we already know. High Priestess says, what are you asking me for? You already know. Connect in with your wise self, knowing that, again, bringing in this power of assessing and really shining a light on things, we can see where we've been coming from. There's an opportunity here of an awakening. There is a call that is being put out that we can choose whether or not to answer. And it does come in around the energy of judgment of self, judgment of others, recognizing how we have been judged and also how we have judged others. But beyond just the obvious of being judgmental or holding judgments against each other. There's also an awakening here of allowing yourself to be seen unapologetically so in your fullness, answering the call. So there's that energy too. So, we kind of have this real shakeup happening here where it's bringing in your intuition, your sovereignty, your discernment as being the thing that's going to break down this old way of fill in the blank, way of being, way of relationships that you've had, of daily routines, of anything that you have going on here that's crumbling. It's not working anymore, and we've kind of been in this repetitive cycle of doing it because that's what we've always done. And that's what I'm getting here too about the holidays and the things that bring a lot of pressure there and judgment is, any kind of holiday traditions, expectations, a lot of those changes that have been taking place, a lot of circumstances being perhaps more unpredictable as far as our ability to plan and rely on being able to do things just the way we've always done them. Being more in flow with, being okay with the idea that that is going to happen, that there's going to be those rough spots that, we're kind of crumbling away this old way of doing things. So I think that there's definitely this month showing this energy of things that are going to be crumbling, foundations that are no longer working, that are no longer serving. So that's where I think we're coming into this place of exposure. It's looking like exposure. It's looking like things coming to light. So now when we look at the weekend energies, we've got a lot more major stuff going on. I don't know. This is a big one. So we've got 2 more major arcana cards in Justice and the Hierophant. So again, I love this card, the naughty and the nice list. Okay, so in what ways is this energy of justice and the need to balance things coming up in your life? This idea of separate lists that people might be on about naughty and nice and the kind of disruption that that might be causing. And where does that take place? Well, in our institutions, in these places of old school thought and ways of being and ways of doing that, again, aren't serving. Now, this weekend, maybe there's some of this energy like on this larger scale when we talk about things because we're getting so many major arcana cards, and yet on the most basic level, you could be participating this weekend in some fun, holiday type activities of going out and about. You might be in the process of some form of like higher learning or mentorships or, the other things like that in the way that it could be playing out in your life in the day to day. This wanted to come out guns blazing here with all of the higher major arcana messages for the collective. But I do think that, on a most basic level, I think that there's going to be some, things that come up this month that might be changing plans, might be a little unexpected, but it doesn't have to be a negative, unpleasant thing. It could be unexpected, pleasant, unexpected changes that lead to a totally different gathering than what you expected, but pleasantly so, balancing things out in a way. And so I do see, though, that there is a lot of that fast-moving energy with the Knight of Swords. It is showing, some things, some truths, and some things that might be coming to light and coming through here that could be disruptive. And again, it's just something to be aware of. It's just something to be aware of the energy that's out right now, but not to fear and not to think like, well, then what's the point? Because, what happens is this is a lesson in when we talk about assessing, what am I learning from this unexpected? What am I learning from these things that come about that disrupt? In what way do they help to kind of course correct or send me in a different direction, another trajectory that maybe I perhaps would never have pursued had it not been for this unexpected thing or this disruption? So I do feel that energy coming up as well. So I have another little gift back here of one other little deck It's really cute. And it just surfaced today. It is a little wisdom deck that's made by a local artist. I will definitely put this in below. And they're just double-sided cards of her artwork and different little messages. So I thought I would go ahead and punctuate the reading with a little message from these wisdom cards. So let's get a message for the collective. Okay, ooh, I like that. We've got wolf. Let's take a look at the message. Teacher, yes, Hierophant energy. Wolf scouts out new territory to discover its challenges and opportunities, then returns to report to the tribe. Loyal to the group as well as himself, Wolf uses intuition and intelligence to learn and teach. Use Wolf's courage to forge ahead and explore a new possibility for your life, physically or mentally. Find a way to share your new knowledge through teaching, speaking, or writing a book. Well, that feels like total Hierophant energy. So opportunities to learn and to share what we learn, but it's new. It's something new. Again, we're using assessment. We're using our discernment, and we are sharing it with tribe. We're sharing it with the like-minded people. So that's also bringing in that judgment card of allowing ourselves to be seen and putting out that call and doing so with confidence, doing so with passion, because it is a message that is wanting to come through for you that you will in turn be able to share with others. So Wolf is definitely saying again to really recognize how all of the things that have been unfolding for you over the past 18 months, and as we wrap up this month and get ready to begin a new year, have really all been very, very significant in your journey and significant to our journey as a collective for the shift that is going on. So that's why it's hard to talk about it in such individual terms, because there's just such higher major energy coming up here about the collective. But I think for however this is resonating for you, to sit down and maybe if you're going to draw up your intentions for this new moon, if you're journaling or setting any kind of specific intentions, which I would highly recommend because of really harnessing this powerful time, is really going to help you again to sort of assess and set your course for how you want to proceed into this last month of the year, and then setting the tone for 2022. So I thank you so much for joining me. This was fun. I'm so glad I got to get this deck out. I'm looking forward to playing with this more. It is the Winter Weight deck. Again, I'll have everything in the below, but I want to send you all so much love, many blessings. Take good care.